So I just got out of seeing Insidious the Red Door. This might be a controversial statement, but I feel like this was the weakest entry into the franchise. That might be a little dramatic. It might not be the weakest, but I do have to admit I'm pretty disappointed. I would definitely say it is the weakest installment of the Lambert family saga. This is going to be spoiler free right now. I will give a warning before I go into spoiler territory. This story had such potential to be so great because it's been like 12 years since we've seen anything about the Lamberts and what's happened to them. This movie takes place 9 years after Insidious 2 when Dalton and Josh got their memories wiped, and it mainly follows Dalton while he's going to college. But I don't know. Overall, I feel like the storyline and the execution of this whole thing was just super weak. I feel like the dialogue was just not good. And I don't know, I felt no emotion. I didn't feel like connected to any of the characters in this, I guess. Like the exchanges between Josh and Dalton mid-movie, I was like, I don't feel anything here. Like, I was sitting there in the theater watching this and I was just like waiting for them to get to the point. And all the other Insidious movies, especially Insidious 1 and 2, they're so fast-paced and you are never bored. And this one, again, I feel like I was just like waiting for them to get somewhere. Okay, now we're going to talk about some things that could possibly be spoilers, so this is your chance to leave. I'm super disappointed with the lack of the presence of Elise and Specs and Tucker. So Specs and Tucker had that really quick like YouTube video. Elise also had that YouTube video, and then there was that kind of heartwarming moment between her and Josh at the end, so I liked that part. But otherwise, like, there was no presence of her in the further. And I feel like overall the further scenes with Josh and Dalton was just like super anticlimactic. And I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck Josh even went to the further in the first place. Because he shows up at Renee's. Foster shows him that picture of him that Dalton sent him. And it's like Dalton's been having flashbacks and then all of a sudden Josh is just in the further. Like, how did he know Dalton was there? I don't know. It just seems like messy and kind of choppy to me. And then there was that scene with Josh and his dad in the further, which I feel like they wanted to be emotional. And that's why I said before, like, I felt no emotional connection. Because, like, we've never known his dad. He's never mentioned his dad. We had no emotional connection to his dad. So that was supposed to be, like, a heartwarming moment. And I felt nothing. And if anything, I was really fucking confused. I was like, why is this even happening? If anything, I was expecting him to go to the further and, like, see his mother, who that's a whole plot point of this. She passed away recently. Yeah, I don't know. There was a couple of decent jump scares. But overall, like, it just doesn't live up to the first couple of Insidious movies. And I understand that that's very hard to do, but if you are going to continue the story from the original Insidious movies, you need to make it strong. And I feel like this just wasn't it. I don't think it was necessarily a bad movie. I would overall still give this one like a 5 out of 10. Even the music was disappointing to me because that's one of my favorite things about the first couple Insidious movies is how fucking paralyzing that music is and how it like enhances the fear so much more, and it had none of that.